Yes, welcome. Today we will discuss on a poem written by Humayun Kabir named Trains. This is from literature section 7th standard. So about the poet. So here picture you can see it is of Humayun Kabir. So he was born in the year 1906 on 22nd February in Faridpur, and he died in the year 1969. So his family name was Humayun Zahiruddin Amiri Kabir, and he got many honorable awards by the universities for his knowledge, like University of Aligarh, Annamalai, Vishwabharati, Khairgad. Okay, so all are these universities which provided him with the awards for his knowledge. So this is a poem which is mainly it is said by a narrator. So who is the narrator? So a small child is the narrator of this poem, and what that child used to say, she or he is discussing with her or his mother that what happens that about the train. Okay, so when she used to look outside of her window, at that time she used to find that certain things moving, like a certain long thing moving, and that is basically a train. At last she used to ask to her mother that what happens. That child used to ask that where do these trains go. At last what is the ending. She is very curious to know about the train. Okay, from her window she used to find that something is moving, but she is very curious that what happened to this train, and also she used to ask many questions to her mother. So let us begin. So, mother, I sit by my window for hours on end and watch the long trains rumble past. Some are dark and journey tediously. No doors, no windows, no shining lamps. Slowly they move like huge elephants that move like shadows in the shadowy dark. Sometimes a train comes flashing past with many windows lit by many lamps that dance and will with movement swift, a marriage procession with music loud, shrill whistles that rise above the din of the rhythmic beat of wheels revolving fast. So in this both stanza it is very clear, the language is also very simple. Okay, so you may find that there this child this is talking about two type of train. So first one, we in the first stanza she that child is talking about goods train, okay, that used to carry cargoes or goods from one place to another. And in the second, normal passenger train, where this people used to get the reservation. So in the first one, and what time it is, mainly we can find that shadowy dark, or it is a darkness, it means that night time. Okay, night. So that also you have to keep in mind that in whole poetry we will be finding that different times, like this is the night time. So, mother, I sit by my window for hours on end. It means that for hours and hours long, I used to sit near my window and watch the long trains rumble past. And when she used to, that when child used to look from the window, what she used to get, that she used to find that long trains are rumbling past. It means that moving. Rumble is basically, it means that some thundering sound. Okay, so deep sound. So rumble past, it means that something used to thunder. You might have seen or heard that when trains used to pass, then certain sound used to come. So some are dark and journey tediously. And again talking about the train, that some are dark, that long trains, what are they? Some are dark and journey tediously. Tediously, it means that tired. Okay, so like energy is lost, so they are tired, and they are very dark, and they used to move very slowly, and they are not having any doors, even no window, and no shining lamps. There is no light inside the trains that are moving. Slowly they move like huge elephants. Again, this narrator is comparing the trains, that train, with a huge elephants. Okay, like those trains, those who are not having any light, no window, no doors, they are compared with elephant that moves like shadows in the shadowy dark. This line is very important as well as very interesting. So that moves. Here talking about the trains, that moves like shadows. So we already know that shadows are very dark. Okay, whenever you will be seeing your shadow at that time, which color it is? It is not a pink or blue. So you will be finding your shadow always in a dark color. So shadows in the shadowy dark. And what is the time? It is already night. So this line, when this here, just wait a second. Yes, here in this, when that moves like a shadows in the shadowy dark. So what do you mean by shadowy dark? Dark itself, it means that something very dark, no light is there. And shadow itself, shadow means again something dark. Okay, so that darkness, that trains are even more darker than the night time, or even more darker than the shadow. Okay, so you can just imagine that night is there and something more darker used to move through that darkness. So this is all thing that which Humayun Kabir is trying to say through the narrator, small child. Sometimes a train comes flashing past. Again, in this picture you may find that, yeah, this is a good train. Okay, you won't find any light or any door or any window in such kind of trains. Those used to carry some goods from one place to other. So on other hand, what happens when you used to find passenger trains? So they will be very cheerful. Okay, so lights during night. So this in this picture you may find that the night time is there and one train is moving, and from if you will be looking from your window, you may find that some lights are flickering. Okay, and it is moving very rapidly. And so let us see that what this child used to find in this train, like passenger trains. So sometimes a train comes like passenger, it means that not only passenger train but also all kind of trains which used to take reservation. Okay, so where the people used to travel. So sometimes a train comes flashing past. So what is flashing past? So during your journey from a bus or your personal vehicle, so you will be finding that all trees are moving at the opposite direction, and they are so moving so rapidly or so fast that you are not able to find or detect anything properly. Okay, so it you used to feel that everything, that they are running so fast that you are left behind. So that it means that flashing past. So with many windows lit by many lamps. And in this train, what happens? There are many windows, and all windows are having many lamps are there. The dance and will, the movement swift, and that dance and will, that with movement swift, and they used to dance and will. What is the meaning of will? It means to rotate or roll or spin. That used to spin very fast. Okay, movement swift, it means that very fast. A marriage procession with music loud, and there is a loud music is there, they all are partying and enjoying in the train. So this is what this child used to see from her or his window. That shrill whistles that rise above the din of the rhythmic beat of wheels revolving fast. Again, this line is also very important. So what happens here? Shrill whistle that rise above the din. So din means sound. Okay, what is the meaning of din? Din means sound. And shrill, what is the meaning of shrill? Shrill, it means that something that is very penetrating or very sharp. Okay, that it means that shrill. It is basically when we used to take or we used to use this word regarding sound only. Okay, so very high pitched sound. So shrill whistles that rise above the din. And what sound? That again here this child is saying that some sound used to come, some very penetrating sound used to, like whistles used to come, like when they used to, loco pilots used to blow the horn, that are not very soothing, that used to be very high pitched and very penetrating noise used to come, and that used to lower down the sound. And what sound it used to lower down? Of the rhythmic beat of wheels revolving fast. Wheels, you know that wheels of the train, when they used to revolve in a rhythm, okay, where in a fast way, so certain rhythm used to come, and that sound, when this loco pilot used to blow the horn, at that time, that used to overshadow the sound of the wheels that are revolving. Okay, also the rhythm of the wheels, revolving wheels, the rhythm which is created by the revolving wheels, that is overshadowed by the whistle of the train. It means that shrill whistle, it means that very penetrating sound that used to come from the whistle. Okay, yes, now moving towards the next stanza. On hot afternoon you go to sleep. Again, in the previous stanzas, two stanzas, what we found that it was a night time, but now this is a afternoon time. So afternoon time, what happens, we used to take certain people used to take some nap. Okay, they used to sleep, and because they don't go out, generally they don't prefer to go out. Okay, so on hot afternoons you go to sleep, and with dizzy heat swoons all world. Even the crows doze and forget to caw. The dog lies in the shade with hanging tongue. I watch for hours, and still the tireless trains march on and on along their iron road. So on hot afternoon, what happens during afternoon? So when in a hot afternoon, mother, when you go to sleep, and with dizzy heat swoons all the world. What is the meaning of swoons? It means that faint, and dizzy itself means dizziness. When you feel dizziness, when that your body is uncontrolled, or you are feeling that you are spinning or losing the control of your body. Okay, at that time it is known as dizzy. So, and with dizzy heat, when the heat is so much that you are that people will be faint. Okay, swoons all the world, it means that puts rest to the whole world, that no one moves out unwantedly. Even the crows doze and forget to caw. At that time you won't hear any crow cawing. Okay, no sound will be coming from any crow also. They used to also take some nap. The dog lies in the shade, and you won't find this dogs moving here and there in the road. They will be sitting or lying there in the shade, some shade where shade is there, with hanging tongue, and their tongue will be hanging outside. I watch for hours, and still the tireless trains. At that time, what I used to do, I used to see, I used to watch again, I used to watch the trains. And here this narrator is saying that those trains are tireless. They never get tired. Okay, because they used to move. That's why narrator is seeing the trains as a tireless trains. March on and on along their iron road. And what kind of road it is? It is not a RCC road. Okay, so it is you can be finding that it is an iron road. Okay, the track that child is saying that track, it is symbolized as iron road, because that iron road, the road for the train, is made up of iron only. That's why. Next. So sometimes at night in my sleep I hear the low distant rumble of the train. Okay, so rumble, again thunder. Okay, rumble is used two times. Sometimes at the night in my sleep I hear the low distant rumble of the train. Low distant rumble of the train, it means that very low distant, very nearly some train is moving. Again night used to come. I rub my eyes and sit upon my bed. At that time I used to get up at sit on my bed, and beneath the light of flickering moon. And you will be finding that what is the meaning of flickering, that something is not permanent, not basically permanent, that something is not fixed or unsteady. Okay, so when when lamp used to burn, or some, and wind used to blow, at that time what you will finding that the flame used to flicker. Okay, or even you might have seen a candle, when you will burn or lit a candle, at that time if you will blow it, so what happened, the flame used to flicker, it used to move from here and there. Okay, like something happened to it, so that is not steady. Okay, it used to move. So that is also that is only told here, that flickering moon. And why this moonlight used to flicker? Might be because of the wind and because of the leaves of leaves. Okay, that if you are standing beneath the tree and when you look up towards the moon, so with the and there is a wind, so this leaves, what they will do, they will overshadow the moonlight. Okay, so you will be finding that moonlight is flickering, or that moon is flickering. So, and beneath the light of the flickering moon, so that sometimes that light is coming and sometimes not, because of the clouds also, it may happen because of the cloud. Okay, so when cloud used to come, that time you will be finding darkness, and when again once again when clouds will go, that time again you will be finding the brightness. So, and beneath the light of the flickering moon moves the long shadowy outline far away. And again this long shadowy outline, it is again telling referring to the track and the train running over it, like a huge serpent crawling through the night. So serpent, what is the meaning of serpent? It means snake. And again, how the train is compared in the first stanza, you might have seen that this narrator is comparing train to elephant, and again we find that train is compared with serpent or a snake, okay, which is crawling through the night, and that snake is crawling through the night. So in that manner only this moving train used to, this narrator used to feel that that train is moving like a snake. So last stanza, where do all these trains go day and night? Again, now that child started asking question to mother. Okay, so where do all these trains go day and night? So what happened to them? So where do they go from morning till night? I am finding that trains are moving. So where do they go? So you say they bore their way through hills, they roar over bridges across mighty streams, they crash through forest and vast plains, but at the end of their restless journeyings, where do they go and finally rest? So this child wants to know that what is the ultimate stoppage of that trains, because we may find that because she might have not seen any platform or station, because we know that train used to move from certain place to certain place, their place of start and place of end, that when your journey ends, that is decided. So but this child is not knowing, because she used to only see trains moving from morning till end through her window. That's why she is asking the question to her mother. You say that they bore their way through hills, and what her mother told her, that this train used to make their ways. Bore, what is the meaning of bore? It means that when you used to drill something, like cutting and making hole by drilling, okay, that bore wells. So you say that they bored their ways through hill. It means that they used to move through the hill. They roar over bridges across mighty streams. So mighty streams are there, and there are bridges, so they used to roar when they used to move through the bridge. So that time some roar used to come, that some sound used to come, like a roaring sound. They crash through forests and vast plains. And also you say that they used to move across the forest and plain, through hill, through mighty streams. But where do they ultimately stop? So what is the stoppage? But at the end of their restless journeyings, what is the meaning? That traveling around, okay. So when they used to travel all around the hill, streams, forest and plains, so what happened to them? Where do they go? So where do they go and finally rest? So this is the question which this narrator is asking to her mother, that where do this train used to move, like goods train, or whether it be a normal train, so whether they used to stop. So now some difficult words. So rumble past, it means that pass by tediously, tired, or with a lot of struggle. Swift, fast, din sound. Dizzy means sleepy. Cow means cry, that when crows used to cry. Or and journeying, it means that traveling around or trips, okay. Yes, so all the best for your examinations, and they are mainly objective type of question is going to be asked. So it will be useful for you that when each one of you will be typing your 2 objective questions from this poem, okay. So just frame your own questions and type it there, so that your friends will also get benefit of it, and it will be easier for you to revise during the examination, okay. So with that, take care, stay safe, and thank you, okay.